Hey everyone, welcome to Laura's Lane. I'm Laura, and we are going to do our card pull for the weekend, our reflection card pull for this February. So welcome here. Thank you for being here. I'm going to add a little bit, I think a couple different card pulls as well. I was thinking that, during our week, not all of us, but most of us, we work through the week, and sometimes we have more time on the weekend. Sometimes not, but I'm just going to add a couple more things in. So we've got one card there. I think I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's start with that. And our card says, am I present and savoring all the small moments in my life? Am I present and savoring all the small moments in my life? Oh, it's a good reminder, huh? I don't think this is always as simple as a yes or no, but it's definitely got me in check. A lot of times we're moving forward so much and focused on the moving forward that we aren't present. And we don't notice all the blessings that we really truly do have, right? That's why I know I talk about it all the time, but I do my morning series about getting to the now moment. The more that you can get yourself back to the moment, you can realize like the blessings that are surrounding you. It's a beautiful thing because there is so much beauty around us. Something to think about, huh? It's a pretty card too. Am I present, savoring all the small moments in my life? I love that. Are you? Could you start? What would help you start noticing the small moments? Do you need to set an alarm on your phone? That would be fun. Just random times, like 3 or 4 times a day. Your alarm is randomized and it goes off, and it's just a reminder to stop and look around and look at those small moments. Maybe it's your child just learning how to use a fork for the first time, right? It's so sweet. Or your dog just lovingly looking at you or jumping on you, whatever. Or it's the fact that you are sitting in your home reading a book in just pure silence, or meeting a friend and you just look at your calendar and see that you have a date with your friend the next week. And how much of a blessing that really is. I would challenge you to look at that this weekend, and maybe into next week, because it's powerful. It's very, very powerful. Okay, that's a good one. And let's pick a number for our weekend. Come on, cards. Let's see what we can get. I know things are interesting in the world, which is why I started my morning breathing series, because as more and more is revealed to us of things that we did not know, then it can throw us into emotions that are not comfortable. And in order to get through those uncomfortable emotions, we have to actually deal with them. We can't just ignore them and go, oh, I'm just going to sing and dance and pretend it doesn't exist. That just suppresses it. So we have to feel the emotions. And in order to feel the emotions, we need to be able to sit present with them. And breathing helps us do that. Getting centered helps us do that. It's a very foundational tool. So join me in the morning. You won't regret it. Aha! See that fly out? We got 2 cards. Oh, look at that. This is amazing. 1111. We've had this one before. Wish come true. A lucky break is on the way. Well, hello. Look at that. A lucky break is on the way. Good for you. I'm going to hold this up so you can take a snapshot if you want to read the rest for yourself later. But keep your eye out for 1111. On your clock, in a book. Well, that would be a really big book, but maybe on a license plate, on a sign. And then the second one that flew out for our weekend is Drama Alert 1717. So look for that combination. Drama alert. Oh dear. Independence, purpose, solitude, growth, healing, aspiration. I mean, those are great things for a weekend, right? Take a few deep breaths and turn your focus inward. I think this is meaning you should come join me in the morning, because that's exactly what we do. We breathe and we focus inward. You need time to reflect and consider your options. Rely on your inner strength. Trust that you're moving in the right direction. What may seem like a pause in activity is just a natural part of your journey. I love that. And now, because the world is a little crazy and we're learning kind of weird things, I'm going to draw a shadow work card. I am of the philosophy that if a lot of darkness is being revealed in the world, it's an opportunity for us to also go within so that we can work through our reactions to those things. You know, what happens for us as a collective on the grand scale, I do believe is also happening for us on the micro, right? For our own personal lives. So let's see if for this weekend, we can just, for this weekend, what kind of shadow focus? And shadow doesn't need to be scary, you guys. It just means let's illuminate something that maybe we didn't realize about ourselves. I mean, I'm oversimplifying it, but okay, so what we need to look at is, were you ever shamed for being you? Were you humiliated? And did that result in an inner critic? Did you hide who you truly were because of what you were getting from the outside world? This happens to many of us. It's almost impossible to get through life without experiencing this. This is a wonderful card. And it doesn't have to be scary to go back and look, but if you want to think about it, you might have something that comes up right away where you're like, yeah, I did. I hid myself in this area, and I've kind of been hiding ever since because of the crap I receive from the outside world. I mean, it's a lot harder when you're younger. A lot of trauma, happens before you're 8, kind of gets solidified, and then we get repetitive patterns through life because of that. But as an adult, we sometimes have a little more tools to get through this. But even as an adult, this has happened to me where I just shut down and I just stopped speaking my truth about certain things because of the intense harassment and attacks from the collective. And being here with you today is me stepping out and letting my voice be heard again. So I really do understand and see myself in this card. Something to consider. And I had to face that. I had to face being ridiculed again just for speaking what I believe to be true and hoping that in the end it helps someone. And so it is an act of courage for me to be here. But if you can think about that, I did the shadow work. I looked at the fact that I had silenced myself. And I stepped into that anyway, knowing that I would be ridiculed, knowing that the potential was there again to be attacked and, name called and a whole slew of things. But yet here I am. And I have had comments from you that you do enjoy the videos and you really enjoy the breathing because it's helping you center and ground and get focused again. So I stepped into my fear and it's helping people. And that's all I really can ask for, right? That's the beauty of taking a look at things like this. Because you can move through them, right? Feel it, allow it, maybe send love to that feeling, acknowledge it, but don't try to deny it. And that's a way to move through it, past it. They call, like transmuting it, like taking it and turning it into something positive. And not forced, though. You can't force that. Allow yourself as much time as you need. or else it's just spiritual bypassing and you still have that wound and you're just pretending everything's okay. And that's not beneficial. So yeah, those are our cards for the weekend. And thank you for being with me. I really do appreciate it. I hope that your weekend is lovely. Look for the 1111. Hopefully that 1717 drama doesn't hit ya. But you know, sometimes it can be fun, especially if you're playing a game with friends. And there's no harm in it, right? So cheers to you. Thanks for being here. Ciao for now.